Hey everyone, this is Hannah with the Rocket Miner giving you today's news update. The biggest news story that we had today involved the arrest of the mayor of Granger, Bradly McCollum. He was arrested by Sweetwater County Sheriff deputies this afternoon on a warrant for suspected felony theft and wrongful appropriation of public property. McCollum is 55. He was elected as the mayor of Granger in 2018, and he is alleged to have used one of the town's bank cards for at least 4 separate personal purchases that totaled over $1,300 during a 6-month period late last year. According to court documents, these purchases included tires for one of his personal vehicles, as well as fuel and replacement parts for a furnace at his rental property that's in New York State. There has been an investigation for a few months by sheriff's detectives that included several search warrants and looking at McCollum's personal bank records and cross-referencing them with the town's financial statements. That's how they determined that he had used the town's money for personal purchases, and that led to his arrest today. So he's being held at the Sweetwater County Detention Center and waiting for his first court appearance. Today, to go over some other news, I just wanted to give another update on COVID-19, where we're at with our numbers, and some updates locally here in Sweetwater County about that. For Wyoming today, we are up to 12,954 confirmed cases and 2,455 probable cases of the virus. There have been a total so far of 9,709 recoveries. But with all of this, it puts us today at 5,595 active cases. So you can see that number is still going up. Unfortunately, also the death total has been going up. Over the past week, there have been several deaths added, which gives us a total so far of 105 deaths for Wyoming. Looking at things here in Sweetwater County, we've also seen increases in COVID cases, and people are taking that into consideration and looking at some decisions that may need to be made based on that. Today we have 155 active cases of COVID-19 in Sweetwater County. Unfortunately, within the past week, we have had 2 deaths at Sweetwater County Memorial Hospital that were related to COVID-19. A man in his 70s and a man in his 60s both died within the past week. And that brings our county from the previous 2 deaths that we had up to 4 deaths now total. Both school districts have also seen more cases recently that have been confirmed, and they are both discussing and considering different options for responding to the increased cases here locally. Both school districts are considering moving from Tier 1 of their approved re-entry Smart Start plans, which is where they're at now, into either Tier 2 or 3, along with potentially suspending winter sports and activities. All of the schools are under that Tier 1 stage of their Smart Start plan, and that includes in-person, in-school instruction 5 days a week. Tier 2, the next step, is a hybrid learning model that has a rotating schedule in case not all the students and staff are allowed in buildings at the same time, so that cuts down the amount of people in the building. Tier 3 is the virtual instruction model that the district followed in the spring when the schools were initially closed down. So just looking at the cases and where they're at, right now the schools are still at Tier 1, but if there continues to be these increases, they're considering adjusting that and maybe doing less in-person teaching. Western Wyoming Community College is also making some adjustments. Some of their in-person lectures are being transitioned back to virtual delivery, and they'll be doing more online instruction and less in-person things. The campus is still open, and there are still things like labs and things that require being in person are still going right now, but they are scaling it back some, doing some more online and virtual learning. Also, the Performing Arts Department at Western has decided to change their play coming up, Pirates of Penzance. They were going to do this play in person like they did with the last play, the Dancing at Lunessa, where they had both in-person performances with limited seating and distanced seating. They were going to do that as well as the streaming option, but now because of the increase in COVID cases, they've decided to not have any in-person audiences for this play. Instead, they're doing a video-on-demand format, and they said that this decision was just to ensure the safety of the students, the employees, and the community members, just keeping everyone involved safe. So that play will still be happening this month, but it will just be through the video-on-demand format. I still definitely encourage everyone to check out that play. I think they've put a lot of work into it, and it's going to be a really fun production. But you will have to watch that through the video on demand. And we will have more information about that and the details on how to do that up at rocketminer.com very soon. So that's where we're at with our COVID cases. Just want to encourage everyone again to continue to be aware of what's happening, to be aware that the numbers are still rising pretty drastically. And just take that into consideration and take the precautions that our health officials are asking, including wearing masks, not getting together with big groups of people all the time, social distancing when you can. Just take these precautions and be safe and smart so that hopefully we can start to see these numbers come back down. So those are the two big updates that I wanted to give you for today. Thanks for checking with us for your news, and keep checking back for more news and information. And I hope everyone has a good night.